Welcome back. I am Amit Kanskar, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, Oriental College of Technology, and you are watching full course of Operating System video tutorial series. In this video, we will study evolution of the operating system. Let's begin. It would be easier to define operating system by what they do than what they are. The primary goal of an operating system is convenience for the user. Operating system exists because they are supposed to make it easier to compute with them than without them. This view is particularly clear when you look at operating system for small computers. A secondary goal is efficient operation of the computer system. This goal is particularly important for large shared multi-user system. These systems are typically expensive, so it is desirable to make them as efficient as possible. These two goals, convenience and efficiency, are sometimes contradictory. In the past, efficiency considerations were often more important than convenience. Much of the operating system theory concentrates on optimal use of computing resources. To see what operating systems are and what operating systems do, let us consider how they have developed over the past 35 years. By tracing that evolution, we can identify the common elements of the operating system and see how and why these systems have developed as they have. So we come to our first conventional operating system, that is simple batch systems. 3-4 decades ago, computers were physically enormously large and they run from a console. The common input devices were card readers and tape drives. The common output devices were line printers, tape drives and card punches. The user of such system did not interact directly with the computer system. What user used to do, user prepared a job which consisted of the program, the data and some related control information about the nature of the job using control cards and submit it to the computer operator. The job would usually be in the form of punch cards. Sometime later, maybe minutes, hours or days, the output appeared. The output consisted of the result of the program. In case of any program error, user got a dump of memory and registers. Those days, computers operating system was fairly simple. Its major task was to transfer control automatically from one job to the next. The operating system was always resident, means it resided in the memory as shown in the figure. In order to speed up processing, jobs of similar need were batched together and they were run through the computer as a group. The programmers would leave their programs with the operator. The operator would sort the program into batches with similar requirements, and as the computer came available, would run each batch. The output from each job would be sent back to the appropriate programmer. So what exactly a batch operating system does? It normally reads a stream of separate jobs, for example from the card reader, each with its own control cards that redefine what the job does. When the job is completed, its output is usually printed on the line printer, for example. The explicit feature of the batch system is the lack of the interaction between the user and the job while that job is executing. The job is prepared and submitted, and at some later time, the output appeared. The delay between job submission and the job completion, which is called turnaround time, may result from the amount of computing needed or from delays before the operating system start to process the job. In this type of execution environment, the CPU is often idle. This idleness occurs because of the speed of the mechanical input-output devices are slower than those of the electronic devices. Even a slow CPU works much faster in the range of microsecond with thousands of instructions executed per second. A fast card reader, on the other hand, might read 1200 cards per minute. That means 20 cards per second. The difference in speed between CPU and input-output devices may be 3 orders of magnitude or more. Over the time, of course, improvement in the technology resulted in faster input-output devices. Unfortunately, CPU speeds increases even faster. so that the problem was not only resolved but also exacerbated. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.